so fabulous. And I have another tip for you today, and that's how to apply borders correctly. And in your instructions, it might tell you to make your border to certain length, but as you know, we're not always perfect in our sewing, and so maybe our length doesn't match exactly what the instructions tell us. So what we do to make sure we get the right size border is to measure it 3 times and then take the average of that length. So we're going to measure the length of this quilt, and we're going to do it in 3 places. We're going to do it here, 64 1/4 inches, and we're going to move it down toward the center, and this one is 63 3/4, and then we move it down to the end and 64 1/4 inches. So if we average that out, it would come to 64 1/8 inch. So I think if I went 64 1/4, we'd be okay with that. 1/8 of an inch won't be too bad. And then to apply it, I'm going to show you in the next step. Okay, so now I've already put the border on that side. And I'm going to put it on this side and show you how I do this. So I folded it in half, wrong sides together, and I've also folded the border in half, wrong sides together, and I lay it on top, and I'm going to take a clip, and I'm just going to clip the 2 together right at the fold so that I have just the center, so the 2 pieces are clipped together. And then I'm going to take some pins, and I'm going to push that one back, and I'm going to pin the border to the one side of the fabric, and then I'm going to bring my pin down, and I'm going to pin in here so it doesn't shift on me, just to keep it in the center. And now I can take this clip out. And remember when we measured and found the average of the length that we needed? If it was off a little bit, this is where it comes in, where we will do it center to end, and then we're going to pin it in the center again, and then we'll pin it in the center again and again, as many times as we need to get enough pins in there to hold it in place. And if we have some, say for instance, if we have this much left over and we need to work that in, it will stretch a little bit to fit in the little bit extra that we need to. But in this case, it fits pretty close, so I can pin it in the center here, and I can open this up, and I'll pin it all the way across, and I'll pin it at the end over here, and then I'll pin in the center, and in the center, and in the center, and until it matches end to end and is evenly distributed across the border. And then I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam on it, and it'll be good to go, and it'll look just like the other side. Alright, so I've got the 2 side borders on, and now I need to put the top and the bottom borders. We're going to do the same exact thing where we're going to measure side to side from the top, across the middle, and across the bottom. And if you don't have a table where you can lay this out and measure it yourself, you could just measure from side to side here, record it, move it down, find about the center, measure side to side there, and move it down and measure the end. And then you're going to average those out to cut those borders on the end. Now if you like this quilt, we do have kits available online, so go out to our website, go to shops and kits, and you'll find this in there, and you can order it online. So that's all I have for Heidi's Hints today. I hope you come back and visit us again, because we'll have more coming up in the near future. Thank you.